Alright guys, so how she going today? So lots of people driving around, and this car just loves to drive real slow like. I have no clue who the hell they are, but it's every night and every day and every day and every night. So anyways, been doing tons of crap to the international truck again. Been doing a lot of research online, trying to figure out shit online. My uncle found a spare key to the truck, so we do have a key for it, so shouldn't have to buy a key ignition. It seems to fit and seems to turn the ignition left and right, so at least we know the ignition's not bad in any way. So, but anyways, I know a lot of you guys are saying to do this and do that, do this and do that, you know. The thing is, I'm not really going to do any of that stuff just because, you know, I know AJ was saying get new points, check the points, do this, do that and stuff. Yeah, that's what you want to do if you want a good running truck. But I need to get to step one, and that's just, right now, is just to test the starter and test, I guess, the fuel pump if there is one. I went to, let's see, I think it was the other day or something like that. I went and got some gas for the machines, and I had a spare 2.5 gallon gas can. I was going to use that on the chainsaw, but then I don't know, I had it for like a month and then it broke. Never used it, it just sat because it was wintertime and I wasn't using the saw for anything. So I went to grab it one time, and the stupid nozzle thing that you know, when you put the gas can, you flip it upside down and you're supposed to push the can down. That opens, it's safety shit, obviously, that annoys the fuck out of me, but it broke off. So the only way I'm getting the fuel out of that thing now is I gotta just take the damn cap off, which is fine because I used that on the grain truck. I went and got 2.5 gallons of gas for the grain truck, because on the fuel tank, it actually had a drain plug in it. So what I did was I poured 2.5 gallons of gas in the can, or in the tank. Then I drained some out. Of course, my whole right arm took a bath in fuel. I guess whatever. And then I let it sit overnight. Did it again, and nothing came out. So that's telling me that the fuel tank's clean. I think they do make, you know, like fuel tank cleaner stuff that you could pour in there and I guess let it soak overnight or whatever, or something like that. But I figured, well, if it ain't coming out the drain, it's got to be a clean tank. I mean, it looks like when they parked that truck, they at least emptied out the fuel tank, but they did not empty out the fuel bowl. Because I took the fuel bowl off and cleaned that all up because it had old nasty fuel in it, you know, and cleaned that up, and yeah. So, and I had a broken wire. It went to some kind of a thing on the side of the motor. I don't really know what you call them, but I fixed the wire. With the wiring's just so freaking old that you touch it and it falls apart. But the wire broke off, so I had to put a new end on it just so I could reconnect it back. I'm not 100% sure. Somebody will have to tell me this. But I've been looking online. I'm trying to figure out information on this fucking engine. You know, even just the general stuff like motor oil. I know AJ, I think it was, he gave me a Napa part number for an oil filter for that style of truck. They don't make it like that anymore. They make it, you know, where it's, I guess, aluminum now or steel, and they got the shit around it. So it's a little bit of a different design. But I guess it's supposedly supposed to still work. I don't know for sure or not, but I'm not going to change that oil filter anyway. It seems like it's fairly clean yet. So I'm not going to worry about it. For now anyway. Because that oil that's in the fuel or in the oil filter, I know that's actually still pretty clean. Doesn't have the mixture of diesel fuel and stuff in it. So I'm not going to worry about that for now. But like I said, I've been trying to find information about it online. You know, to figure out at least what kind of engine oil this stupid thing took. And let me know if I'm right or not, but I believe that thing takes 10W30. That's what apparently one of the websites said. Motor oil 10W30, so somebody would have to tell me that, if that's correct or not. I checked the points. I think they were under that thing with all the wires popping out of it. And I read a thing online about that. They say that if it's the original one, which is the Delco Remy or Ramy, however, whatever that's pronounced, R-E-M-Y. Apparently that's what they used back when those trucks were new. And it has to be the model number 622R. And their gap, apparently, I don't know if this is correct or not, for all that stuff, is supposed to be anywhere between 0.018 or 0.024, because they said it can be within that spec range and you'll be okay. One guy said that he set his to 0.020 to be right in the middle, so you'd be okay, I guess. So, but I think it is the original Delco, because there's another thing on the firewall that has that name written on it. And that just, I took that cover off to see what was inside. And it looks like it just has a bunch of coils and I don't know, relays, I suppose. I don't know. It's just like a little tiny black box, but it had that same name written on it. So I figured, okay, well, this is most likely original, but for everything else, I'm not really sure. I'm taking it as it is, that it is original, for how old the wiring looks and for how the wire is breaking apart. I think it was AJ said to get new spark plug wires. Yeah, I should, but I'm not going to, because I need to hear how the starter is going to sound and how, if there's supposedly a fuel pump on that thing. I got to know if the fuel pump's any good or not, because if not, the fuel pump is probably most likely in the fuel tank. So then I got to drop the fuel tank, and if that's the case, then forget it. The truck's not going to be running to next year, so it's not going to really matter, Right now, I just need to do the bare minimum, I just need to hear the starter engage. I need to hear the fuel pumping turn on if it does. And I'll know if it's working or not, because the fuel bowl should fill up with fuel, because right now that's empty. So, if that's the case, then as long as the starter works and the fuel pump works, then I know that I'll have it made. Then I'm probably going to change the oil, and then new spark plugs for now, and then I'm going to try to see if we can get the fucking thing to start and turn over and run. It'll probably run rough. It will run rough for a while until you run it enough to clean it out. But like I said, this truck was parked because it had an engine problem, but I don't really know what it was, because I've never heard it run, so I don't know if it's a knock or if it's just, like something maybe minor, like a stuck valve, maybe maybe it's a stuck valve. I don't really fucking know. So I have to hear this for myself, I guess, to really figure it out. And I will make a video of it when it is running, so you guys can listen for any weird noises. If you guys hear something off, I mean, it is going to run like shit. It is going to probably smoke pretty bad, and you know, and just run rough. And I know somebody else said to take the carburetor off, send it in, have it cleaned. Not going to bother, because that's going to cost me money, and if the truck's not going to run, you know, if the starter's not going to work, or if the fuel pump's not going to work, then I got to turn around and invest the money in the fuel pump or the starter, or whatever, which one, you know, or fuck even both probably. Then there's no sense of putting any more money into it until you solve those issues. And then again, you're putting money into it, and who knows how well it actually runs. But it might be worth, you know, getting it to run, even if it runs rough, keeping it running, and then whenever I have money, you know, coming out of my ass, maybe I'll actually send the truck in somewhere, and then they can do a complete engine overhaul, you know, tear the block down, rebuild the motor, and then possibly the transmission, have that all completely rebuilt, and then it'll be a running truck then. It'll be running like new. But for now, I just got to hear the starter work and the fuel pump kick in. I got to know if any of that stuff's going to work before I bother even putting any more crap into it. So, but, yeah. So, another thing is, too, I found out that, well, I knew this for a while, but the muffler's shot. Not surprising. But what I wasn't really expecting is that the pipe coming from the header going to the muffler is also done. Now, that's got some small holes in it, so I might do a patch on that for now. But it's going to have to be replaced at some point because it's all rotten and it's going to sound like it's straight piped. It actually is straight piped right now because the muffler is destroyed. But I have the muffler here, but the inside pipe, which is what has all the baffles and stuff on it to make it sound quieter, that's still attached to the pipe. So it shouldn't sound too loud, but it'll probably have a rumble to it because it doesn't actually have the muffler on it, the shell. And here's a fun fact though, because I have the muffler here. I think this muffler was gone for a long time, and my uncle, or my great grandpa, he just did a temporary thing, which I think ended up being a permanent thing, because that's usually how it goes. That was a big cricket. Ooh, that cricket jumped right on me. Get off me, you little sucker. Get out. Yeah, you better go under that concrete. So, yeah. So I'll set you guys up best I can. So this is what's left of the muffler. You can see there's nothing left of it, it's just a shell. But you can see that they put this piece of tin over it. So that's telling me that the muffler has been going out for a long time and they just didn't want to buy a new muffler, so they put this thing over it, which I need to take off because I need to see if there's actually a name on here. And I tried to look on a YouTube video on this, but I need to know that what size of muffler and pipe to buy. And they talk about measuring it from the inside, measuring the outside diameter of the pipes, and well, I don't know if I can do it. This is actually the other pipe. This pipe was attached to the muffler, but it broke off because the pipe's pretty solid yet, but the muffler let go. So, but the end of it here is pretty mangled. So I'm just going to take a measurement from here, and I think I'm going to do both inside and out. I forgot a damn tape. Well, I just went in the shop, but that'll kind of, I guess, give me a general idea of what I'm dealing with, because I'm not really sure what size. I mean, honestly, this looks like maybe like a 2-inch or 3-inch pipe. I don't know, you guys tell me, but because I was looking at some, because it's kind of weird because you can buy mufflers of all different sizes. I want just another ordinary round muffler, but what I want to do is since this just had basically the straight pipe on the end, I want to order a muffler and then get a pipe where it's got a turn down on it. So instead of pointing just straight back, it's pointing down towards the ground. That's why it gets its name, turn down. Because you're getting a turn down pipe instead. So, helmet for screwdriver. So that's kind of the plans. So if anybody knows of where I can look at stuff for exhaust pipes for these trucks, let me know. And there's a rock in here. I bet you it's been in there. There's a little rock right there. I bet you that rock is fucking old. I bet that's from like the 70s. So I don't know if this muffler is original, and it's just kind of, well, it could be original, but obviously my great-grandparents didn't want to invest in a new muffler, so they just did this kind of a, supposed to be a temporary fix, but I think they ended up leaving it permanently. So I guess because it worked, they weren't getting bowled over. So honestly, I think back in those days, there wasn't really much for laws out there for being, you know, loud. Not like there is today. So we'll just take this sheet metal off the best that we can anyway. I doubt there's a name on here, but it would be nice to know if there's a name. It'll probably say International Harvester. But if it has a part number, that might be useful. But then I would have to go to Case IH to get that, and they might not even have these parts anymore. They're like, oh, too fucking bad. You have to go somewhere else. So, but the whole pipe has to be replaced anyway, the whole exhaust system, right up to the header. I think the header looks okay though, so we're going to save the header, but pretty much everything else has to go. But for now, I was going to look into the muffler and, you know, I guess kind of just figure out what I need to do. Okay, can this come off? Okay, thank God. So that hasn't been off probably since the 70s, which is probably when this was put on. So, and I like how they kind of just put 2 or 3 of these things together. So that's kind of interesting. So, and then I got the stupid wire on there, which looks like that's some pretty strong wire. So, can't do that with my bare hands. So, come on. So yeah, I don't know. I don't plan on, well, that broke off. That's lovely, little bastard. So I don't plan on putting too much money into this truck, you know, because I wonder, since the muffler's already destroyed, I wonder if I can put this thing in the vise and just pound that wire off. It's not going to come off by hand because that thing broke off. So, yeah. Let's see, will that fit in there? Almost. So I don't really know. It's almost wanting to fit, but I don't know if it'll go out much further more than that. Because I don't want my vise to fall out. Okay, there we go. That looks good enough for me. So we'll just clamp this down. Try to be. You can just hear it crumbling because there's nothing left of it. So I don't know if we can pound that wire out or not. Probably not. Let's see if I can get the. actually kind of wondering if maybe I couldn't get my, do I not have them here now? What the hell, what? So apparently I'm missing my fucking bolt cutters. Where the hell did they disappear to now? What did I do with the bolt cutters? Should be hanging on the freaking wall, but they're not. I bet you somebody took off with them probably. That's not gonna do me any good. That's not good. What the hell happened to them? Yeah, my freaking my bolt cutters are missing. I was gonna try to, because that's the strongest thing I got that could cut this wire. I don't have a thing that can cut that small. I can't believe it. I think somebody stole them. I don't know. I mean, it's possible because I know people like to come into my shop and they're not supposed to be in here because how's that noise? It's weird. But yeah, son of a bitch. I think I lost my bolt cutters. I don't remember what I was using them on last, so well, that's just fucking bullshit. Those damn things were expensive too. Well, that's bullshit. I don't know what the fuck happened to them. They might be in the garage, but I doubt it because I usually always bring them back here when I'm done with them. Well, that's the first tool that's gone. Well, it's not the first tool that's ever disappeared in my damn shop. I've always had stuff freaking just taken away. I probably should put my hose back up too, my air hose. So I got that laying on the ground because I was using it. So, yeah, well, I guess I'll have to do this later then. I have to find my fucking bolt cutters because they've disappeared now for some damn fucking reason. But yeah, so I guess if anybody knows where to find the specs for the, I guess tell me what type of oil the truck takes, which I'm pretty sure it's 10W30. And then what size exhaust system that truck has, because I need to order a new muffler and a pipe. And it has to have a bend in it too. Because then you would have to end up taking it to a shop and they would have to custom build one for it. And that's going to cost me a pretty penny. And if the thing's not exactly running, well then I guess why bother, but I don't know. Son of a bitch. I gotta find my fucking bolt cutters. Hopefully they're at the house, but I kind of doubt it. Just not too sure what happened to them. It's kind of an interesting thing, so. But yeah, so anyways, guys, I guess I'll probably take off. I guess, yeah, I guess let me know if you guys can find any information on that, you know, for the exhaust system, and I guess what kind of pipe that is. Like I said, there's one website that I found. They have some information on it, but I don't feel like it's it's not enough, but I guess it's enough, but it doesn't tell you the oil. Well, again, no, actually, yeah, it does, but I don't know if that's the right stuff or not. So they say it's 10W30, but I don't know if that's the right stuff or not. So I think that's the same stuff that my grandma gets for the car and the pickup too. So, but yeah. So anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. I'm going to go find my stupid bolt cutters because I don't know what the hell ever happened to them. They're gone. Wouldn't be the least surprising if somebody walked in here and took off with them. So, Because I can never fucking... I don't know what the hell happened to him. I usually hang him right there, and when I know where to find him when I want him, but now I don't see him anywhere. So they're either up at the house or somebody took off with them. Even I don't know why you would just take off with bolt cutters. It's like, I don't get it. Unless somebody was looking for a pair of bolt cutters and they just decided to take mine. But yeah, I guess if I start noticing other tools missing too, I'm going to have to put a camera in here, I guess, because somebody's taking my fucking tools then. Which is kind of a first too. Usually nobody ever really bothers coming around here. So, whatever. So anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.